Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe, forward into battle, see his banners go. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Oh, for a faith that will not shrink, though pressed by every foe, that will not tremble on the brink of any earthly woe, that will not murmur or complain beneath a chastening rod, but in the hour of grief or pain will lean upon its God. A faith that shines more bright and clear when tempests rage without, that when in danger knows no fear, in darkness feels no doubt. Lord, give us such a faith as this, and then whatever may come, we'll taste and hear the hallowed bliss of an eternal home. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never-dying soul to save, and fitted for the sky, to serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh, may it all my powers engage to do my Master's will. Arm me with jealous care, as in thy sight to live, and O thy servant, Lord, prepare a strict account to give. Help me to watch and pray, and on thyself rely. Assured if I my trust betray, I shall forever die. Rise up, O men of God, have done with lesser things. Give heart and mind and soul and strength to serve the King of Kings. Rise up, O men of God, his kingdom tarries long. Bring in the day of brotherhood and end the night of wrong. Rise up, O men of God, the church for you doth wait. Her strength unequal to her task, rise up and make her great. Lift high the cross of Christ, tread where his feet have trod. As brothers of the Son of Man, rise up, O men of God.
Good evening. You're muted.
That's everybody.
I didn't see that one coming, did you? Here you're going. I'm going to give him grief because he's not here at the start. Hello, Sister Reba.
I'm sorry if this is rude. I am starving.
Normally people eat.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Let's see. Fun Friday!
Hooray!
Yeah. Lucia made orange chicken. I hear a feedback loop from me. Why did CJ try to call me? That wasn't dumb. And I speak loud. Fun! Oh, nope, you must have fixed it. Okay, that was weird. Anyways. So, yeah.
I'm all fired up.
Are you?
I was debating with Matt Slick.
Oh, man. Mr. Slick?
He's so dumb. Sorry. But he is so dumb.
Very professional opinion right there, I see.
Yeah.
Here's your fun, humor-filled reminder that we are, in fact, live with Young Brothers Edition with our guest speaker, CJ.
No. This is the first full week. He was trying to say, I'll bounce this off you.
Hang on. Talking about the orange chicken, it was absolutely delicious. That's why I had to pause you there, CJ, because if I waited, it wouldn't exist.
Well,
Alicia makes some supreme orange chicken. Very delicious. Like I'll take her orange chicken over any chicken nugget. 10 out of 10. And so if I didn't eat some of that just now, it would be gone by the time we finished with the Young Brothers.
well, yeah.
So I had to go out and stuff my mouth full of that before coming in. And you're sitting over there with your measly little Cheez-Its.
Good on 519. I want to learn something by you. What do you think?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. How about you? How do we pronounce that name? Fop? Fap?
Filipino? Philippe?
You've given me my question of the day. How in the world do I pronounce that name? Would you mind giving us a breakdown? Because I'm curious. It can't be Philippe. The L's in the wrong place for Philippe. Fapil? Reba had meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and corn. Yum. Good, standard, solid American supper.
Fable, maybe.
Fable. There was that feedback again.
Fable,
Yeah.
Fable. Feedback,
No, no,
feedback.
no. It comes from when I speak. And
Oh,
I hear it back through your speakers or whatever.
oh,
It's not you're not feeding back. It's like me feeding back through you.
oh. Special.
Mm-hmm.
But
Do you mind if we call you Fable?
Fable.
And glad to hear you're not doing that bad. Hope you've had a good day. Oh, and Reba says, "Welcome, CJ. Welcome back. Good to have you back, CJ."
Guest speaker. Pull up the Bible.
Pull up the Bible across the dark way.
The dark web. What?
I was thinking that too. I'm like, wait. Well, the dark web needs the Bible just as much as the light one.
Yep.
Oh, you say John 5?
John 5:19.
Bum, bum, bum. We had, oh, CJ, before we get any further, we had a splendid gentleman in the previous stream that was all about cucumbers.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, want to talk about cucumbers?" um, we'll do that in the next stream. That seems to be better for it. And he proceeded off. I don't know. He must have copied a Wikipedia article and just started slapping in chunks of it, just like chew, chew, chew. Cucumbers were colonized, and cucumbers were taken. The whole history.
Hey, don't spam that.
Well, he was spacing it out just enough. I'm like, listen, Bart. That's what his name was Bart. Like, you're not spamming the chat, but you're really close to doing it. It's kind of distracting while I'm trying to get prayer requests. Could you hold back on the cucumber comments until the next stream? Give us about 15 to 20 minutes. Then you can come on back and we'll talk about cucumbers. I have an excellent book, actually, right here above me. The Heirloom Gardener.
Oh.
And he's going to have a lot of good history and good growing tips about cucumbers. He concluded his cucumber conversation with how do you end it? And Reba, I didn't mention it because it just wasn't worth my time at the moment. But he ended it with, "You are refusing knowledge. Denying knowledge is a sin." Cucumber.
Well.
That was the last thing he said.
what a pop tart. I'll be back.
Okay. That's what he said at the tail end there, Sister Reba. And I'm just trying to kind of hold it together. I'm like, I'm not gonna even make a big deal out of that. Ignored. Just kept on gathering the requests. I'm like, that's not worth my time. And he shut up. So I mean, okay. I wonder if the comments are still there in YouTube. YouTube, YouTube. Ma na 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 na. Banana YouTube, banana YouTube. Ooh. Oh dear.
Okay,
I'm trying to see if they're still there. You know,
it should be.
YouTube.
Uh,
I just I just searched YouTube in YouTube.
what did you find?
Nothing worth having. Christian EDM music playlists. What?
Yep. Okay. So, oh, comments are turned off.
Oh, did you pull? See, in
Oh,
education, edification. Why did you change that?
what?
It changed it. See, Dad's not signed into YouTube here on his new browser and the new stuff. Haha, found us. Subscribe. Anyways, there we're live now. Yeah, there's that one. I don't know if he was on. Um, yeah, bummer. Return the comment file. It does that. Anywho, moving on. Lost cause. But yeah, Sister Reba, that's what he said. You are denying knowledge. Refusing knowledge is a sin. Cucumber. Okay, he was really passionate about cucumbers. Okay, so John 5:19. What are we dealing with here, buddy?
So, talking to Matt about free will, and he took me to John 5 and asked me, did Jesus have free will when he says, verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son of Man can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father doing, for what things soever he doeth, these the Son also doeth like me. So that doesn't sound like libertarian free will, because he says, the Son of Man can do nothing but what the Father does. Can do nothing of himself. So how would you answer that?
Simply, he's talking about the miracles. What he's saying is, the power doesn't come from me. I'm not doing it by myself, of myself. Power comes from the Father. He's not even talking about free will at all. He's talking about power.
Oh yeah, he was the healing of the Sabbath.
Mm-hmm. And he's
Yeah.
not even talking about free will. He's talking about power. The power doesn't come from him. I can do nothing by myself, is what he's saying, in reference to the miracles. But what the Father does. Ooh, Donnie has root beer flavored ice cream tonight. Yum. So, are you gonna take that root beer flavored ice cream, put it in root beer, and have root beer floats? Because that's what I would do. Reba says, "I'm going to give you a test on cucumbers." Yeah, so this is a dud of a verse if he's trying to prove free will or anything. It's just dud.
Well, even the next verse, for the Father loves the Son, shows him all things that he himself is doing, and the Father will show him greater works than these.
Works. And ye that ye may marvel. That's the miracles. Greater works that they can marvel at. There's the miracles. What's God raising Jesus from the dead? As a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of found it in that one. I said, well,
Yeah.
in Calvinism, it would be a nonsensical statement. Why would Jesus even say, I can do nothing? Well, of course, you can't do anything.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's not talking about free will. And the ASV makes it. Okay, so it reads about the same thing. The Son can do nothing of himself. Oh, that's KJV. ASV says the same. Where is ESV? Where did you go? New King James can do nothing of himself. Young's literal. Same thing. What is this? Basic English? I think it is. He's not saying he can't do nothing. He's not able to do anything of himself. He doesn't have the authority isn't by himself. The power doesn't come from himself. It comes from the Father. Where did he get his authority on earth? From God. Can do nothing alone. Says the ERV, whatever that is. Where did the ESV go? Why did Dad not get that put back on here? Anyways, so yeah, we've been in ASV for a entire time. So Reba says, yummy. She also says, we have Dr. Pepper float ice cream here. It's really good. I bet it is. I like Dr. Pepper. Donnie has a question for CJ. When we die, everyone says they're better off. When we go to heaven, do we have our judgment then or when Jesus comes back?
I believe we pretty much know where we're going. The benefit of the second coming is twofold. One, you'll know all the reasons why that judgment was pronounced. In fact, everybody will when the books are open. And two, just practically, for those who are living, the second coming is paramount because they haven't been judged yet. So that's what I would say. But I believe when you're in paradise and torment, you've pretty much already been judged. I guess I would liken it to
that's the pre-trial.
the second coming. Dying is judgment, and then the second coming when you stand before for Christ, you get your sentence.
Yeah. And that's, yeah. Well, I mean, in a sense, you're already sentenced because, like Abraham said, I can't go over there. You can't come here. We're stuck here in our places. So in a sense, they've been already sentenced. But yeah, from that instance, I just always figure you basically go to a waiting room. But how long in the waiting room? I don't know. But I do know
I'm
this: I
only,
want to be in Abraham's side. That I can
what,
guarantee.
what I wonder, because there's no time,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
so I feel like for us, it don't feel like no time has passed at all.
Yeah. But obviously, they're not in heaven in the you know grandeur sense. They're not with God in His presence quite yet. From Abraham's thing, I mean, the end hadn't came yet. And apparently they were in some semblance of time because the rich man, he's like, send him back. He was conscious and aware of what was going on at that present moment.
Yeah,
So apparently you're conscious of time somehow, but regardless of whether or not you are, if you make it to Abraham's side, it doesn't matter.
and two, I wonder how closely we need to press that story.
Hmm.
Uh, Sometimes I see graphs and charts and this is how it all plays out. I'm like, did Jesus really tell that account for us to graph everything out and figure out this
Yeah.
place, this place? I'm like, I
I
don't
mean,
think
yeah,
Jesus
as far as
wrote,
I was concerned, it never really mattered all that much. Just as
yeah,
long as you're on the good side. Who cares whether you go sit there in Abraham's bosom in paradise or whether you go straight to heaven to the judgment day? Who cares? Doesn't matter. You already know the outcome. You've already received your reward, more or less. So you literally have no worries. So as long as you're living right, aiming for the right direction, that doesn't matter. Is always how I resolved it. Why would we sit here and argue over the fact of whether or not we go to Abraham's bosom or heaven? But,
I wonder because what trips me up is Paul says, hey, I wanted to be with Christ. So he seemed to think, yeah, when I die, I'm with the Lord,
mm-hmm,
uh, Jesus. So maybe in some sense, the Lord is in paradise and
mm-hmm,
I don't know.
yeah. So I mean, that's what you get for trying to explain spiritual topics in physical words. You know, it just doesn't bother me either way.
Yeah. But yeah, in the heat of the moment, John 5, that was a simple explanation I could have gave. But when you're in the heat of the
Mm-hmm.
moment,
In the heat of the moment. Reba says he came to do his father's will. Exactly. I mean, he had a plan. It was still his choice whether or not he followed it. And like all he's saying there, like I said, is he's talking about his power. Power doesn't come from him.
yeah,
Even he himself says, "What is it? Where is that out? Or is it he himself? Is it? All authority is given unto me. And who gave him the authority? God. So It's not his authority, technically. It came from God.
Christ submitted his will to
hmm
the Father's will.
Exactly. So,
I told Matt that so basically compatibilistic free will is you freely choosing what God tuned you to choose. And I said, that's not really free will in any meaningful sense. He's like, why not? I'm like, so if I say you can choose any color, but you can only choose black, are you really free to choose other colors? Freedom? No.
I mean, it makes so much sense as you go through the rest of the chapter. Um, you know, God raising him from the dead, that's a miracle. Giving him the authority, giving him the purpose of judgment, to do the judging, etc. He lists the reason why the power doesn't come from himself. So, no, here it is. That all may honor the Son even as they honor the Father. It's right there. That's why the power doesn't come from Jesus. It comes from the Father, so that people can honor him just the same as the Father. Because remember, we're dealing with the Jews, and they really didn't like the idea of Jesus being God.
The end of the chapter, you have those 4 or 5 witnesses of Jesus and his claims.
Also, that's choice.
Well, in Calvinism, God grants that you believe, meaning God just gives you faith irresistibly, unchangeably so. So,
Mhm.
of course.
But that's an if. It's a he that believes. What about those that don't? That's their choice.
Well, they weren't granted by the Father. So it's in Calvinism, it is God's fault if
Mm-hmm.
you have.
Right. Exactly. It doesn't
God,
say that those God has chosen to believe. No. It leaves the action in part of those that heareth. The action, hearing, is applied to he, and it's their choice, those that heareth and believeth gets eternal. Like all of these are applying to the person.
right, but they would say, well, he enables you to hear and he enables you to believe. Because remember, part of their theology is you are the worst and impossible, you're dead, you can't do anything, God has to regenerate your heart. I'm like, you have a terrible view, man.
Well, also remember, CJ, we're not working within their theology.
Yeah,
I'm not going to conform anything to limited within their realm of theology. I will
yeah.
completely ignore all of their theology. I do not care what their personal opinion is. The only opinion I need is right there on the screen. Scriptures.
So it's so hard to talk to him about one subject
Yep.
because it links back to all of these other errors that he presupposes. That
Mm-hmm.
you gotta tackle and say, no, I reject that interpretation.
I mean, I understand the difficulty. Like, I'm not saying it's easy or anything, but like this goes against all of their linked together theology. And that's what his problem is. I mean, it doesn't just go against one part or another, it goes against the entire link, the entire chain of
Uh,
their theology. But here's the also awesome part is the entire Bible is linked, and so they can't pick on one single aspect either.
uh-huh.
So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. But in order for them to come out of it, they're going to have to accept that the entirety of what they believe is false. We're not trying to convince them in one aspect, we're trying to convince them in all of it.
Yeah.
So you got to really target the the first link, and the whole rest of the thing falls apart.
You gotta attack Tulip. That man isn't just uh totally, I don't wanna say done in sin because that's the language the Bible uses, but what I mean by that is he's basically unable to respond until God irresistibly gives him faith.
Mm-hmm. Reba says in the garden he prayed that he wouldn't have to go through his death, but he said, "Your will be done." He knew that if he didn't do it, everything would be over. He chose the good thing. What do they say about that one there, CJ?
I'll be back.
No, that's what Jesus said. Uh, See, folks, ultimately, Calvinism comes down to one thing, as far as I'm concerned, and it's responsibility. Most, if not all, denominations can be traced back to this one word, responsibility. Calvinism removes personal responsibility. Yes, Sister Reba, you did run him off. You don't have to believe that. God does that for you. And if He does choose that you believe, it doesn't matter what you do, you're chosen by God to already be in heaven, so you can live any way you want to. You have no personal responsibility. And most every denomination, if you hunt it back, if you look at it, goes all the way back to responsibility. Did you hear any of that, CJ?
Responsibility, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like what I said about responsibility.
No.
Yeah,
Comes back to responsibility.
it all goes back to responsibility. Calvinism is like almost all denominations do it if you know where to look. But Calvinism is really obvious. It goes back to removing responsibility. You don't have to believe. God does that for you. You don't have to be saved. God does that for you. You have no personal responsibility. And so what they use that for is I can live any way I want to. I have no personal responsibility. And so, like most Calvinists I know, they go hit the bar every weekend, every night, go partying, and show up on church. Maybe. That's most of them I know that are proud, proclaiming Calvinists are like, that's what they do. It
Oh,
they use the religion to remove personal responsibility.
you know, they say that we lower God and exalt man, but, but I think that's what they do. They have a low view of man, lower than God does. He's dead in sin, can do no good. He's he's got a dead heart, and God is seen as an arbitrary monster who,
Mm-hmm.
who just regenerates you if he feels like it, who sends you to hell if he feels like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the God of the Bible, folks.
No, not at all. Um, yeah, not at all. And that goes back to the responsibility. You know, that comes from one, responsibility, and two, wanting to play the blame game. Because it removes their personal responsibility and allows them to blame God for whatever happens. Which we know that's not going to end well. So
Well, it's
uh,
interesting.
that's where I always go with most of those denominations. If you look at it, a lot of them have gone to just removing your part. You know, no responsibility.
What's interesting is they will say, um, they will say that Adam was the only one that had libertarian free will, but,
Well, okay, go ahead.
but God was still God, and he was still man. Like, that's what I believe. We all have libertarian free will. And really, libertarian free will is just free will. Uh,
It's just well, yeah, it's just their fancy way of labeling it. Instead of calling it an apple, they call it fruit from the tree that is red and glossy. You know, same thing, just renamed.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, well, what do they have to say? Okay, so if Adam was the only one with free will, what about the second Adam?
Yeah. Um,
You know, you catch my drift?
now, to be fair, not all Calvinists agree that Adam had free will, but
most of
most
them, most of them have to. Otherwise, they have no grounds for even thinking of free will because they use Adam's sin to ruin the rest of mankind. So, in order for him to have sinned, he must have had free will. So, by calling yourself Calvinist, you almost have to believe that by default. Otherwise, the whole child of sin, what do they call it? What do they call that, CJ? The total destitute, depravity. Yeah. Otherwise, their whole total depravity thing falls apart.
uh, they say, well, some of them say, well, it was only through the Father's line, so Jesus didn't have original sin. I'm like, what? Well,
So,
if it
was
was from anybody's line, it would be the woman who sinned first, I would think.
well, either they really sank their own ship either way if they try to, because everyone's descended from Abraham and the woman.
Yeah.
Just, which line? Hers or his? They're the same.
Well, well, Jesus didn't have a dad, so that's why he couldn't have inherited Adam's sin.
I see.
Uh-huh.
Still dumb. So Joshua just hallucinating when he said, "Choose you this day who you will serve."
No, that. well, he wasn't, but they would say, uh, yes, man makes real choices, but it's what God already decreed will happen. So man in time makes real choices, but God outside of time has already decreed what you have chosen.
Then man in time has no choice. You know,
It's,
you,
it's
you,
not
they,
logical.
they just throw in time in there to try to make it scrambled. But if a choice has already been predetermined, pre-made up, that choice is pre-made up. Doesn't matter whether you say man can or can't make choices. If you claim that that choice has already been pre-made, he did not choose. Now, there's a difference between God knowing what will happen and God forcing you to do what will happen. There's a
Yep.
difference between the two. You can, like I like this, like I like to do. You can look out the window out of your house and you can see a car speeding down the road towards a kid that's just standing there in the road. You know instantly what's going to happen. Very simply, he's not moving. The kid doesn't see it. He has his earbuds in. Can't see the car racing towards him at 90 mile an hour. That kid's toast. Now, is it your choice that he died because you
No.
knew it? Because you saw it? Because you knew it was going to happen? No. There's a difference between knowing and choosing. And they have a hard time comprehending the fact that God knows what's going to happen, but he doesn't make you do
O'Shea, what's 2 plus 2?
it. 6.
I should have done that. Matt asked me, CJ, what's 2 plus 2? 4. Okay, free will doesn't exist. I manipulated your will.
Is that what he did to you?
I'm like, no, I'm the first chooser of that answer.
Mm-hmm.
There are reasons that we choose things,
Mm-hmm.
but reasons don't determine choices.
Mm-hmm.
Free will doesn't say that there are not reasons or uh, pressures upon the will or limitations of the will. Like I can will to fly, but I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's limitations, but free will says we are the first chooser.
Yes. Well, and the answer to that is that's because I chose the true answer. I could have lied in
Yeah,
your case. Me, I chose the wrong answer because I
I
refuse to be I refuse to be baited and manipulated. I am above manipulation. You know this, TJ. I can't lose.
I was about to be like, aha, that's what Matt did to me, but you're like six.
I could have chosen to say 4. Yeah, they're they're pretty. The amount of hoops they have to jump through to prove anything, and then you disprove the one thing they do believe, and they jump through 14 more hoops to try to unprove what you just said. And normally, in the process of trying to unprove what you just said, they just unproved what they just said. Most of the time.
Philippians 1:29 is a big one of him. He grants that you believe.
Philippians, what?
Philippians 1:29, God grants that you believe. So that passage also says it's granted on behalf of Christ not only to believe, uh, but also to suffer. So if that means then God irresistibly grants faith, God irresistibly causes you to suffer. He grants suffering. And he said, of course. I'm like, so the atheist is not going to buy that argument, Matt. Yeah. God just gives you something. Here you go.
I'm curious. I already know the answer, but I'm curious. You know me. Okay, first of all, what's this thing, KJV? Unto you it is given in the behalf of Christ, not only to. You have to go to an entirely different translation to get the granted. Anyways, given would be, I presume, the word that they target. Given. To bestow kindness, grant as a free favor, grants deliverance of a person, favor, to sacrifice a person to the demand of enemies. Ooh! I like that definition. Interesting. Interesting. On behalf, let's just look at that real quick. Mounts, what do you have about behalf? In behalf of, instead of, in maintenance of, furtherance of, realization of, the equivalent to, about, concerning, further, subject, higher degree, and fuller measure. Yeah, so I mean, like, even if you go to KJV and that whole argument falls apart. What's Young's literal say? Okay, because to you it was granted on behalf of Christ. Oh, now why was it granted to him?
Text doesn't say there.
Well, I mean, in the concept of the chapter, why was it granted to them?
Because they obeyed.
Because they chose to obey God. But you mean, if you back up, you know, Paul and Timothy, to the saints in Christ Jesus. Because why? I think we kind of covered some of this in that one divided. Okay, we got to get out of Young's literal. So I recognize it. For your fellowship in the furtherance of the gospel. This one. Yeah.
What he does is he'll rattle off full 51:29, Ephesians 2:2, and good stuff in Romans 5. So you deny all those scriptures? I'm like, no, I deny your interpretation of those scriptures.
And then, yeah. Anyways.
I believe it's granted to believe. How does he grant it? Through the gospel. Faith comes from hearing and hearing by the word of God.
Why does Paul give them the choice to approve? Anyways, yes. But yeah,
Be-
no.
Because you know, Shady, you have to understand, man and time have choices. They gotta potentially degree.
Yeah, I mean, these people, they're lost. They need a lot of help monthly. Oh yeah, I love this part. I always love that. Supposing that they add affliction to my bonds, where did they go? Yes, to raise up affliction to my bonds. I don't care whether they're preaching it in pretense or truth. Christ proclaimed. I always love that part. I'm like, Paul, you're such a wonderful dude. Uh, yeah. What was the verse they like to play around with? 29? Yeah. Okay. I mean, you find language like this all through the chapter. I mean, the word granted may not be used, but, to you it's given, yada, 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 let your manner, da, 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 da. I know that ye shall abide. And there's a common language is used in all through this chapter, but the reason it's granted to them is because they believe on Christ. So that's the thing with the biblical definition of predestination. It's not the individual, it's the group. Where did you go, CJ? Some people's kids, they just up and left. It's like, calm down. Reba, it's just you and me. This guy and this kid, he just can't keep from leaving, can he? Oh. This kid just can't keep from leaving, can he?
I just drank a whole bunch of water before the stream. I'm like, oh no.
You do have the world's smallest bladder.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah, long and the short of it is, it was granted to them because they believe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It comes from it also goes with the misunderstanding of the biblical definition of predestination. It's not the person; it's the group.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you read it. God predestined a group of people. Those that meet the qualifications to get in this group are predestined for that. He's not talking about the individual; he's talking about a category.
Uh-huh. What? Do you think I should have just held it either?
No, she's talking about it was your choice to drink all that water.
Yeah. Well, I was flustered. I had to calm down. I was physically hot. I'm like, yeah.
Let's do one song.
We're out of time.
Why are you glitching? There you are.
What?
What?
We're out of time.
Let's do one song. We haven't hit an hour yet.
Nate,
291. You are glitching bad.
I am.
Yes, you are. It's really bad. You're.
I don't know. Is my audio good?
Yeah, your audio seems to be pretty calm. And you can't wait out the timer either. I predestine that you're going to flip to that page.
Oh, we're 15 minutes. 15 to 18 seconds over. Sorry. Alright, let's think.
I know not why God's wondrous grace to me He hath made known, nor why unworthy Christ in love redeemed me for His own. But I know whom I have believed, and am persuaded that He is able to keep that which I've committed unto Him against that day. I know not how the Spirit moves, convincing men of sin, revealing Jesus through the Word, creating faith in Him. But I know whom I have believed, and am persuaded that He is able to keep that which I've committed unto Him against that day. I know that of good or ill may be written for me. Of we days before His face I see, but I know and am persuaded that He is able to keep that which I've committed unto Him against that day. I know not when my Lord may come, at night or noonday fair, nor if walk the veil with Him, or meet Him in the air. But I know whom I have believed, and am persuaded that He is able to keep that which I've committed unto Him against that day.
Too fun. Thank you for being here. And remember, here at CEM, we want to do three things. We want to glorify God, and by the way, I was predestined to say this. Glorify God, edify the saints, and answer any spiritual questions you may have. Thank you all, and God bless.
Oh, and as a conclusion, y'all, remember, Calvinists just want to remove their personal responsibility. Rita says, thank you for the edification and the discussion. I really enjoyed it. Love you guys. We love you as well, Sister Reba. Thank you for being here and for edifying us with your presence. It does help. So, y'all, till we meet again, God bless. Stay safe. Stay strong. I love each and every one of you. And may your faith be realer than CJ's library behind him.
Amen.
Bye-bye.